No, the Conkeldurr? There's no shot. Is this real? Does I actually roll bolts? It's definitely favored. Conkeldurr's definitely favored into the bolts. At least to find the capsule ASAP. They probably don't even play capsule though. It is a aggro build of it is an aggro bolt though. It's not owl bolt. So we could just see Gus KO the Gus KO Brute Bonnet. December might get sniped by Baby Bolt though. I doubt they play E-Switch, so it won't get sniped turn 1. How to 6-0? Are his opponents blind or what? I mean, yeah, it's the only solution. That's the only logical answer, that he could be 6-0, right? All 6 of his opponents must have been blind, right? And just not know how to play, not know how to play the game very well because they're blind. So this makes sense, yeah. I think it's the only logical explanation for how he's 6-0. It's a good catch. It's a good catch. All right, into the Poke Gear here. Let's see if we can get a Crispin. I mean, we just want to turn one knockout here as Raging Ball to put the pressure on. Oh, there we go. There's Crispin. Did they go blind first or second? I actually don't know. I don't know who won the coin flip here. All right, there's the Crispin. I meant his blind opponents. Oh, true. That's a good question. Well, we have Squawkabilly here. So we're definitely going to be squawking here because the hand's pretty low value. Maybe not? Wait, really? We're not squawking there? Dude, that hand sucks. Am I trolling? The hand is so bad. How did we not squawk there? I don't understand how we don't squawk there. The hand was a Pokegear, Latias. It was we just pulled a Sada off the prize cards. I was like, Pokegear, Latias, what? Why did we not squawk there? Did I miss something? Did they go first or something? This isn't like their second turn or anything, right? I didn't like miss a whole nother turn. All right, cycle to the Dunsparce here. Promote Dunsparce. Here comes the Buddy Poffin. Does Golden Go really need 2 Fez? No. Need is not a word. Like, there's just a correct. There's no need. There's no such thing as need in the Pokemon TCG. 1 Fez is probably correct in Gold. One Fez is correct in Golden Go. You don't play 2. You play 1. Need needs to be removed from your thought process, though, as far as the Pokemon TCG goes. It's just what is correct. All right, Pokegear here from Alex. I forget what supporters exist in this deck. There's a Colress Tenacity, though, so that's something. All right, going for the Colress. You tried playing other TCGs? Not really. Pokemon's basically been my only TCG. Besides, like, Hearthstone a long time ago. All right. Gravity Mountain and Enriching Energy getting searched out. Draw 4 off the Enriching. We still need Candy and... Oh, I see Candy. And there's Conk, I think. And a Dunsparce. We're cooking. That's it. That's insane. Where do you find the deck list for this tournament? They'll be available after the tournament on labs.limitlessccg.com. On Limitless Labs. On Monday, probably. Maybe even Sunday. Sunday night. There we go. Conkeldurr. Candle. Yo, can this Conkeldurr get a candle, man? You guys think Conkeldurr makes candles in his spare time? You think it's one of his hobbies? Thoughts? I mean, this is about as good as it gets for Conkeldurr, to be honest. He's holding 2 big candles. Are those candles? They look like candles. They could be candles. Massive hand, 2 prize KO. Conkeldurr's in business, man. I don't know what to say. Imagine if he squawked. Imagine if he squawked in the Prime Catcher. Yep, that would have been pretty good. And honestly, for the board, also, not just Prime Catcher, but Tomo here plays Pokemon Catcher as well. Like there's even more reason to have you squawk was to KO the lone Conkeldurr. There's Pokemon Catcher, there's Prime Catcher. But even if that wasn't a possibility, you still squawkability there because the hand's value was so low. The value of the hand there was so bad. Like it was just such a bad hand for Tomo. I think you just squawkability based on that that information. The lack of squawkability last turn was really bad, I feel like. I think Tomo did not know what this deck is since he kept reading cards. On the opponent's side? Yeah. He probably doesn't fully know what Conkeldurr... I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't fully know what Conkeldurr does. But that's like not even relevant. His hand was so bad, you just always squawk. It doesn't matter what deck you're up against. Knowing what the opponent's deck does has nothing to do with whether or not you squawk out of that active hand. It's completely irrelevant. The only thing that makes sense is if I missed a turn and Tomo went first and then went pass and then next turn drew the Crispin, but I don't think he did. Yeah. I would have benched Latias, Mew, and then Squawk. I don't know about benching Latias. We don't have to bench Latias, but yeah, Mew, Squawk for sure. All right, here comes a Nest Ball to get a Grass Ogerpon. Did he prize Fez? He did prize Fez. Yeah, Fez is prized. I think, I mean, this one is game 1 here is looking like it's over. It looks like Kong's going to get the dub here in game 1. I guess you could prime up the Brute to try and trap it. Oh, and then we're going to go into the Burst Roar. It should be pretty easy for Conkeldurr to get out of this situation, though. Just go find a Jet and then cycle again. We should be all good. I do see the Jet in hand as well. He's in playing the owl version? Yeah, no owls. Shouldn't you just chase Bonnets as Bolt since you get rid of the 3 capsule, it's over? Yes. The Conkeldurr deck does play Ursaluna, so there's that at the end of the game. But that's how you should approach the matchup for sure. All right, Alex is still in a very good spot here. Candy out second Conkeldurr. All right. Does Kong play 4 Jet or fewer? Usually fewer than 4, because you recycle them with the Dunsparce. Like you jet up to Dunsparce and shuffle it back into the deck, so you don't need like a super high count, but usually like 2 to 3. That's wraps. Conk is cooking. Honestly, if I'm Tomo here, I think I'm conceding this game for sure. After this, yeah, like I would just concede right now, I think. You actually want the time. Yeah, I would concede right now. Sticking this one out at this point doesn't make any sense. It's just, it's over. Definitely does not seem worth sticking out. What is that, jamming tower? It's a jamming tower, yeah? Why would he play it out? Because there's a chance that he wins. From this situation, a certain percent of the time he wins the match. So, without the opponent even misplaying. So, I mean, like, you could stick it out. It doesn't seem worth it, though, because it's like a, I don't know, it's like a 1% chance. Like, it's pretty low. The chance that you win this game is, like, very, very low. Cycle on the Ogre Pawns. I assume if we don't find a Sada here, we're definitely conceding. Okay. Oh, wait, one more. Hold up. Pawn number 3. Nope, no Sada. Back it up. Oh, wait, hold up. He might be able to bench enough stuff that he can draw with Mew. Okay, packs it up. I would prefer that. I think that's the way to go for sure. All right, Conkeldurr takes game number 1 pretty dominantly. It is a favorable matchup. As far as Conkeldurr's favorable matchups go, this is one of them. We'll see how game 2 plays out. I would like to see Tomo choose second and try and just get a turn 1 attack off and just be aggressive. So that's what I would like to see, is just choose second, try and turn 1 attack, put the pressure on. Hope Alex does not have as good of a setup initially. Kong must have dodged everything to go 6-0-0. Yeah, I think he literally, like, he got the bye round 1 and then had 5 no-shows in a row up to this point. And then did hit a Raging Bolt, which is a favorable matchup. He's had a pretty, I mean, that's a pretty, even though, like, he has yet to play an opponent until this round, it's still a pretty legendary run. All right, here we go. Kong versus Golden go 260 with Poison Math. Yeah, I think so, right? Isn't it? I think it is 250, and then the poison will get you to 260. There were 2 Conkeldurr that were 5-0. Wait, actually? 2 5-0 Kongs? Probably hit 6 Crustals. Do you now believe in the Conk? No. All right, here we go. Prize cards for both players. I mean, 2 Lightning Beam prize. That's kind of annoying, I guess, but manageable. Yep. Tomo did choose second. I like to see that. And the start here from Alex is not as good as the last start. Double Timber. It might be double Timber pass here. Double Timber, double Dodon Sparse. All right, over to Tomo. Sada in the hand. Vessel in the hand. The hand is overall looking kind of weak, though, I feel like. I mean, this could always get Squawkabilly, so that can always bail us out. And he is playing aggressively for the Squawk. Thinking about it. Appreciate 6 ones there. The Greenster. Like, Kong probably just loses to Poltnor, Guardy, and Zard, yeah? No clue. You definitely lose to Guardy. I don't know about the other 2, though. Poltnor sounds pretty tough. Yeah, Poltnor seems pretty tough. Zard? I mean, Zard with Nor also seems pretty tough, but they don't have, like, Badoo to, like, super slow you down, so... Do you think if you had Baby Ball in deck, it would be a tough matchup for Conk deck? No, I don't think Baby Ball changes that much about the matchup at all. All right, Vessel for a Lightning and a Fighting. Now, it is important to attach the lightning here and discard the fighting. But it shouldn't be that big of a deal. I don't know how thoroughly Tomo checked the prize cards. I wasn't really paying attention. Yeah, attaching the lightning is pretty... attaching the lightning is pretty important when you prize 2 lightning. Oh, we still have Pokegear here, so we can still try... Well, why do we even... Should we even grab the Squawk then? Nah, Squawk's still probably pretty good. The hand's pretty bad. But if we get Crispin here... Alright, no Crispin. No problem. If I'm not mistaken, he's playing Palpad. He does have Palpad, yeah. Baby Ball makes his matchup a 70-30. Yeah, in Conkeldurr's favor. Without it, though, it's probably like a 50-50. You ever chase... I feel like KOing the Dunsparce is probably better than KOing a Timber here, right? No! Wait, no. Is that fine? No, that's not fine, because now Crispin doesn't work. Wait, that's actually a huge mistake there from Tomo to attach the fighting, because now if we draw into Crispin, it doesn't work. Crispin doesn't lead to an attack this turn. We get Fighting Grass, and then... We already attach a fighting. Punished? Yes! The punish! He drew Crispin! Oh my gosh! Wait, play the Crispin. Play the Crispin! That's insane. The punish goes crazy here. It's fine because he prized 2 lightning. No, it's not fine because he prized 2 lightning. That's why it's not fine. The Crispin can't accelerate a lightning energy. He's going to go look through his deck to try and find lightning grass, and the lightning's prized. Double lightning's prized. He literally can't attack this turn because he didn't check his prize cards. Oh, no. Dude. Oh, you saw him facepalm there a little bit too. He knows, bro. He knows. Why would he Crispin before Teal Dance? No, Crispin before Teal Dance is probably correct because you don't want to draw into energy off of the Teal Dance. Oh, boy. Yeah, it's a pretty big error. Did not check the energy counts. Check 0 prize cards. I mean, majority of the time you don't actually get punished here. We're not checking prize cards because he only plays 2 lightning. No, he plays 3, but he prized 2 and discarded 1. If he attached the lightning instead of discarding it and then discarded the fighting, he would have had the out off the Crispin. All right, there's a cycle with the Ogerpon, but it won't lead to an attack. No matter what, we are not attacking this turn. Which is that's big. That's a free turn for Alex, basically. Oh, and didn't even Burst Roar? I think that's definitely a misplay as well. Could have definitely benched Fez and then Burst Roared. The hand is not very high quality. Definitely should have Burst Roared there. All right, let's go over to Alex here. Alex's hand isn't crazy, but that's fine. Alex doesn't have to have a crazy hand here. Probably is looking for a Hilda. There's the Hilda, the last card. Now we can get the Enriching Energy and a Dunsparce and see a ton of cards this turn. That's what we're looking for. Yep, there we go with the Hilda. And like I said, probably just going to go for Enriching plus the Dunsparce to try and set up further. We don't have to attack this turn. Alex does not need to feel pressure to attack this turn. If a knockout had happened, you would definitely feel a little bit more pressured, but now we're not feeling pressured at all. Completely content to just kind of lose a turn here from Alex. Not get a knockout, just cycle some cards, draw more, set up for the next turn. Next turn is where the next turn matters. The next turn matters. 6-0 and displaying this bad is insane. No, it's not. People misplay all the time. This is like, you guys are like freaking out over nothing, bro. People misplay all the time. Like Tomo making these mistakes is like, it's not that big of a deal. Like, also people play worse on stream. Like there's Like, I'm not trying to make excuses for him either. Like, the misplays are misplays, but it's like not that. It's like nothing crazy. Makes mistakes, move on, go next. It's expected that people play worse on stream. I don't like making excuses for players either. I'm not going to be like, oh, they're nervous, they're on stream. I don't really care about that. They misplayed, but like, you just don't have to lose your minds over it. I mean, bro, I have to read the attack. I don't think you studied this matchup too much. I mean, that has nothing to do with the mistakes that Tomo has made, though. Like, not using Squawk ability or last turn, then mismanaging the energy, and then not burst roaring this turn, have nothing to do with the matchup at all. Like, the misplays that Tomo has made are not matchup relevant misplays as well. He misplayed, execute him. Straight to the gallows. All right, Ultra Ball away, couple of... there is no Dunce Horses in play for Alex, but Alex does have a really big hand. Does Alex actually have the knockout here? And it's still kind of stinky. I didn't really get a good look at it. Is it actually not that great? Searches out the Dunce. Drew 7 cards and drew nothing? Might not have anything here still. I see a Fan Roadie. What? Tomo didn't burst roar last turn. So now Tomo has to hit a Sada off of the Ogre Pawn. Because last turn Tomo should have gone bench Fez burst roar. And then way higher odds of drawing into a Sada. But now we're living off an Ogre Pawn cycle. Gonna start with the Vessel here. Thin out a couple more energy. Grabbing a Fighting and a Lightning. Where's Brute Bonnet? He's sleeping. He had a long day. You actually don't want to bench Brute Bonnet until you're using it as well. So even if Alex has Brute Bonnet in hand, you don't want to bench it. All right, cycle with the Ogre Pawn. Sada's the only out. Oh, wait, hold up. Nest Ball. Ogre Pawn number 2. I guess Tomo could also just attack with an Ogre Pawn this turn. We just want to take a knockout this turn if you're Tomo. We out here motivating to get the Lightning back. That would also be a reasonable play this turn to get the Lightning back. I mean, I think as Tomo here, you just want to play as aggressively for the knockout as possible. Oh, wait, you could just get Latios then, right? You is better now? No, you should just get Latios and then attach to the bench Ogre Pawn, retreat, and knockout, right? That's got to be the play. Does Tomo run Baby Bolt? I'm not sure. Lottie is prized. Is Latios actually prized, bro? What the heck? Yeah, I guess you can go for the other guy then. Sure, yeah. The Mew. The Mew might actually be better. Yo, appreciate 20 months there, Art. Azul, your shirt's fire. Where'd you get it? QualityPatchDesigns.com. You know if you prize checked? Gosh. True, I didn't prize check. All right, looks like Tomo is going to go for the Burst Roar. I think we should bench the Fez here, though. Okay, thank goodness. I thought Tomo was about to discard it. Oh, my... We just shuffled the deck, bro. There's no way this is a 2 prize penalty, right? There's no way this is a 2 prize penalty, bro. There is no way. Just shuffle the deck again, bro. It's not that big of a deal. It should be a warning. I hope. Just warning and shuffle everything up again and draw 6. What the fuck happened? I tabbed out for a second. Tomo picked up his deck to deal out 6 and by accident flipped over a card. That wasn't one of the cards that would have been put into hand. I may be the top deck, so it doesn't really change anything. Well, it could change. It could technically change, but I guess it would just be like an advantage. You're kind of right though, right? Yeah, because like Tomo can't interact with the deck anymore, so it would just be an advantage for It would just be an advantage for dude, what's the name of the other player? I can't remember names today. Alex. It would just be an advantage for Alex. So it shouldn't be a double prize penalty for Tomo, right? Because Tomo can't interact with the top deck until he draws it. So the only thing it does is it gives Alex an advantage. So from there, you decide if you leave the top deck the same or shuffle it, give Tomo a warning, but it should never be a 2 prize penalty. I've had a prize penalty for seeing my top deck for next turn. You should definitely always make sure you, if that ever happens, you should make sure you, whatever it's called when you call over the head judge. Appeal, thank you. Dude, I think I need a little bit more caffeine, bro. Hit him with no. When a judge comes over and says, that'll be a double prize penalty, just hit him with, nah, actually. I'll be okay. Not for me, thank you. No you. Yeah, hit him with the no you. Send him packing. Uno reverse. Objection. You should always appeal a DPL unless you're certain it should have been worse for you. Well, I don't know. If you know it's gonna stick, like if you, I don't know, there's also like the reverse of that is like if you know, even if you call over the head judge, you're gonna end up with a double prize penalty. Like, for the sake of just like, you know, being, you know, helping the tournament move along in an orderly fashion, not calling over a head judge is like not the most unreasonable thing ever. Like if you're like, even if I call over the head judge, I know I'm still gonna get a 2 prize penalty. Like, don't be that guy. Yeah, basically, don't be that guy. Sportsmanlike, yeah. If you think there's actually some grounds, if you think you are right, like if you think you shouldn't be getting a double prize penalty, then you should definitely call over a judge. But if you're in the situation where you're like, if I appeal this, I'm still gonna get a 2 prize penalty, it's like, I don't know, at that point, maybe just take the L and move on. If someone plays a Pokegear and picks up and looks at the bottom of the card, is it a DPL? I don't think so, no. Because the deck is about to become random anyways. So if you like play a Pokegear and then by accident like just pick up your deck and look at the bottom card, you're like, oh shoot, and put it back. As long as the order of the deck doesn't change, you just pick up the top 7 and go from there. Because then you shuffle the deck after anyways. So it's not a big deal. It should be a like if a judge gets involved, there should be a warning at the very least. But I got a DPL from that. Well, you should, like, but that's different, right? You're Ethan from YouTube chat. That's different. You should be getting, like, that's like a prerequisite, right? So, like, when they look up your name, they're like, oh, Ethan from YouTube chat. Yeah, DPL. Yeah. Right? That's fair. Okay, I don't see, there's no red Pokeballs. So, there's no double prize penalty yet. It's like a pre-warning. It's like a pre-warning, you know? It's like normally they would look up your thing and they'd be like, oh, shoot, they have 5 warnings. All right, we got to give them a DPL here. It's like, oh, that's Ethan from YouTube chat. We got to give him a DPL here. So once again, Tomo did not KO anything. So once again, Alex does not have to attack, and Alex will be fine, to be honest. Like, if Alex doesn't attack this turn, that's fine. In fact, Alex could maybe not attack for like 2 turns and still be fine. It looks like debating between the Colossus Tenacity and does have a Hilda. I feel like the Hilda makes sense. Get Enriching. Go for Enriching Energy plus the Dunsparce again. Just draw 7 more cards. Hopefully draw more Dunsparces this time. But yeah, once again, Alex does not have to attack this turn because there's no pressure being put on. You're definitely the deck that can respond after like being down 1 or 2 prize cards. So yeah, I think Alex here just like cycles again. And then even if you don't get a knockout, if you get a knockout this turn, sick, take the 2 prize cards. If not, just wait till next turn. The one thing you do want to find this turn if you're Alex, and we did just see the Artisan get drawn there, is you do want some Dunsparces. I guess the only thing like you feel like you need this turn though. Okay. Yeah, the Hilda combo right there just broke every Yu-Gi-Oh player's brain just broke off that right there. The Yu-Gi-Oh mind can't comprehend. The Yu-Gi-Oh mind cannot comprehend the Hilda Dunsparce enriching energy combo. Call up Triff. And this deck has fan rotom, bro. For why is in a search for 2 draw 4 band already? Bro, I've been saying this, bro. Okay. It looks like Alex does have the KO this turn, so things have gone from bad to worse from Tomo here. We still do not have a Raging Bolt set up to be able to attack with guaranteed next turn, I don't think. I'm actually not sure what the hand looks like. We have Girder getting involved as well. Do we have Candy, Conkeldurr, and the Girder? Dude. Alex has got it all, man. Maybe the first case of hacking IRL in the Pokemon TCG. I don't know how you lose from this angle. I don't know. I don't think you do. Streamer client IRL. What deck is Alex playing? Conkeldurr. The Conkeldurr to Dunsparce deck. I wonder if Alex was the person who like originated the deck. Oh wait, did Alex not attack? Oh wait, I do not like that from Alex at all then. I thought we were attacking for sure. I don't like when I saw the Brute. We should not have benched the Brute then, right? Because can't Tomo chase the Brute Bonnet here now? I think that was a mistake here from Alex to actually bench the... If we're benching the Brute, we should be attacking, I feel like. Now Tomo can make something of this, I feel like. Prime Catcher KO Brute is like pretty good here. You can just chase the Brutes, like Brute after Brute after Brute. Attach enriching. That's fine. The Conkeldurr attacks for 0 energy. Okay, Vessel on the Crispin. Chase Brute 3 times win, right? There's still the Ursaluna. So, like, you could go KO this Brute, and then Alex can go Brute knockout, Ursaluna knockout, right? So, Alex still has a line, but... Ready to attach return, bruv? Bro, listen. Just because you don't know what Conkeldurr does. Bruv? You know what? You're right. Your Conkeldurrs need energy to attack with. My bad. Is Brute weak to grass? Is there a way to remove Stadium? The Jamming Tower doesn't matter. It just needs to be a... Oh, wait. That means we KO it because it has 120 HP. But is Brute actually weak Oi mate? Is Brute weak to grass? I don't know. It does die because the Jamming Tower takes away the extra HP from the capsule. But yeah, the Jamming Tower is fine because you just need a capsule attached to a Brute. You don't actually need access to the effects of the capsule. All right, into the Course of Tenacity. We still... Well, actually, I don't know. We might have the knockout this turn guaranteed. And Alex might still be fine. All right, so the reason to bench the Brute with the capsule is to play around hand disruption, I guess. That's something else I was going to say there. No, for real though, was it a warning? It definitely was a warning. Whenever anything happens like that and a judge gets involved, at the very least, it's a warning. If it's not a prize penalty, then at the very least, it's a warning. It's always a warning at the very least. Effectively, we know that for sure. All right, second Brute's in play. But like I said, Tomo can now just like chase Brutes. I mean, why play around the only judges deck might play? Well, the way I'm thinking about it is like, if we're scared of hand disruption, I don't know. I don't know. Are we scared of hand disruption? I don't know if we're scared of hand disruption. Don't con run 2 Brute. No, it's usually 3 because they usually don't play any recovery. So you usually play 3 Brute. Buddy Puff in a hand to replenish the Dunsparce. Yeah, I see the 3rd Brute in hand. He might play Judge. He might play Judge. He also could play an Iono. It wouldn't be like a shock if he had an Iono. But I think you still just don't bench the Brute there. Benching the Brute, I think, is still a mistake from Alex, probably. I guess Alex hasn't seen Tomo's catchers. Like, if Tomo has, like, catcher Brute plus a Judge or an Iono next turn, that could be pretty devastating. All right, we got some Timbers. Got some Dunsparce. Tigreash is fairly standard in Conk. Is it? I feel like well, when I played the deck, I played 0 recovery. And the list I like had 0 recovery in it as well, I'm pretty sure. I think this build of Conkeldurr usually doesn't play recovery. I could be trolling. I haven't looked at a Conkeldurr list recently. All right. Conk KO for 2. Radiant Bolt gets pushed up, of course. And then here comes an Ultra Ball. I assume to grab Mew for more draw power. And if there is hand disruption in the deck, there's no better time than right now. Hand disrupt plus KO Brute. Also, I mean, just Gust KO Brute is also pretty good here from Tomo. Should be 1 Rod, maybe. Maybe. I feel like a Stretcher, if you're gonna play any recovery, I feel like Night Stretcher is probably the best thing to play, to be honest. You don't need that much. You don't need that many Pokemon. All right, here comes 2 from the Mew. I didn't see any hand disruption in the deck, but it could still be in there. 3 from the Fez. The discard pile we could Pal Pad for, but I'm pretty sure I haven't seen any so far. There is still the Pokegear in hand. Into the Energy Retrieval. We got the Grass. Cycle 1 on 1 pawn. Actually, have we seen Area 0 from Tomo? I don't think we have we? No, we have. We just discarded 1 this game, I think, or last game. Yeah, there it is. This game, yeah. All right, into the Pokegear. If we don't find a hand disruption card, a Gust card would be good. Boss would obviously be good. Sada into Catcher is also possible. We just don't want to KO the active. We want to KO the Brute. KOing the Brute gives us a chance. If we don't KO the Brute, we probably just lose. I want to wait for a bit. How'd they handle the flipped card situation? Warning. We don't know if they shuffled the deck or left the card on top, but I guess we know it got shuffled because Tomo doesn't have access to a catcher right now. Otherwise, Tomo would have had a catcher, I guess. Is Tomo playing Turbo? Yes. Turbo Bolt. Catcher? Never lucky. Is going in with a Pal Pad. Probably recover double Sada, I assume. Yeah. Yeah, no Gust on Brute there is pretty bad. Pretty bad. This one's, yeah, this is cooked. It's over. Tomo will... it's possible Tomo doesn't even draw 3 prize cards this game. Insanely slow game here for Tomo. Here comes the knockout. What if they discard 3, right? Give it some thought. It really doesn't matter too much. Keeps the Radiant Bolt active. Praying. You're just kind of praying Alex doesn't have a Conkeldurr. Oh, okay. Actually, we do need Candy Conkeldurr. That one was the one with the girder. Maybe there is a possibility for a whiff here from Alex. I guess there maybe is a possibility. I thought there was a girder on the bench. If there's a girder, there's like no way there's a whiff, but... Misplay turn 1 hurts a lot. Yeah, the misplay turn 1 hurts a lot. That's what we saw from Tomo both games, though, right? Turn 1, game 1, didn't squawkabilly. Into the into the Hilda. See some candies in there. See some Conkeldurrs. Yeah, turn 1, game 1, misplayed, and then turn 1, game 2 here as well, misplayed. I was thinking Judge KO might have made Alex with candy too. Yeah, Judge KO also would have been pretty good here, for sure. He still had Pawn plus Grass in hand. He did, but he didn't have any bench space. We're out of bench space right now. No area 0. Is Alex playing any recovery, by the way? I haven't seen any. My bet would be no, but unsure. I like how clean Alex keeps his board, like with tapping everything, like tapping the Dunsparce that can't be used this turn and stuff like that. All right, we got Candy. We got Conk. We got the Dunsparce. We got a Dunsparce. The only thing to play around here at this point, I think, from Alex is Hand Disruption, just in case. So, evolving the bench Dunsparce to a Dunsparce, but leaving it as a Dunsparce. Bench another Dunsparce, and then we should be cooking. I see another Candy in hand, so Candy second Conk is possible, but there's an Ultra Ball. We might have to Ultra Ball for it. This is lame AF, but Super Art is my favorite item card. That is pretty lame, I'm not gonna lie. Your favorite item card is a Pokemon recovery card? I think we should bench a Dunsparce before we bench another Timber. Maybe I'm trolling though. I feel like I'm not trolling though. Dude, that's so lame. I'm totally judging you right now. I think that's 100% fair, to be honest. YouTube ass comment. I'd use the Ultra Ball to save from Hand Disruption. Yeah, definitely. We definitely want to... I mean, the Candy double Conk is kind of insane here, so we definitely do that. We should evolve the Dunsparce to a Dunsparce, just to have a Dunsparce in play, I feel like, in case we get judged or Ionoed or something. Another Dunsparce as well? Is not evolving to the Dunsparce, though? Weird. We can evolve that one Dunsparce on the bench, right? And he has the Dunsparce in hand. I don't know why he's not evolving that. All right, over to Tomo. Almost all hope is gone at this point, but nah, it's looking pretty bad. If he does play a hand, the only out I see here, and Tomo scoops. I respect it, man. It's like, it's over. Did he show him? Did he show him the out, or did he just scoop there? Yeah, that was pretty cooked.